Imagine being able to create your own children's storybook with consistent characters, beautiful scenes, and even animation. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did this step by step. I'm using Canva, ChatGPT, Google Flow, and ReVoicer. Now, before we build anything, there is one thing most people struggle with: consistency. You create one character, and then the next image looks completely different, and suddenly a story just doesn't feel connected anymore. So, the first step is to create consistent characters. I have made a full video on this already. I will leave the link in the description box below, but let me quickly show you how this works. Inside Canva, there is this app called Magic Media, and you'll be generating your character using prompts from here. And I will be using ChatGPT to come up with the prompts. The key here is consistency, and most importantly, you need to seed it. The seed number allows you to create the same character across different poses and expressions. Now, here is something that makes a huge difference. Don't generate everything in one go. Instead, use ChatGPT to create prompts separately for characters, backgrounds, and scene elements. Always make sure you have a master prompt. This gives you full control and allows you to reuse everything across your story. Now, you can see the same character in different poses over here. I'm going to speed through this part as I generate different poses and scenes, and then we will move on to building the story. Now let's create the story. I'm using ChatGPT again here, this time to generate the story scene by scene. This makes it much easier to design inside Canva. Once I have the text, I bring it into Canva, and for each scene, I paste the text, adjust the font, choose the colors, and then animate it. Later on, we can just copy this text box and paste it in every scene and just change the text inside. This will make sure everything else that is associated with that text box will remain the same. From here, I'm just repeating the same process scene by scene until the entire story comes together. It is not necessary that you need to copy everything that ChatGPT gives you. You can write your own story. You can make changes to what is being given to you in the prompts. So all these changes you can make while you're doing this. Then you need to create a cover page with the title and the main character to complete the storybook. After that, I go through everything once, checking the text, making sure colors are consistent and that the animations feel right. At this stage, you can actually stop. Your storybook is already complete, or you can add your own voiceover, adjust the timings, and do the digital storybook style. If not, you can just save it as a PDF file after resizing it into the format that you want. Alright, so your digital storybook is ready. Now, if you want to take it one step further, let's turn this into an animated story. First, you need to download all your scenes as PNG files, and this is very important. Download them without text. I will show you what happens when you download them with text. I'm using Google Flow for animation. There is a free version available, but it comes with limits. I'm using ChatGPT to generate prompts for each video scene. I will define how each scene starts and ends, and I will upload the PNG file into Google Flow, and I will put in the start and the end scenes so that the transition feels smooth. One good thing about Google Flow is you do not have to wait for one scene to finish generating first. You can generate multiple scenes, so this will save you a lot of time. If you had exported your images with text from Canva earlier, you will start seeing issues over here. That is why removing text before each export is so important. Now I will re-upload the images without the text over in Google Flow and then redo the entire process one more time. Once you finish generating all your videos, you need to export it and then import it back into Canva. Make sure you label all your scenes properly so that it is easier for you to find your scenes. Uploading into Canva could take some time depending on how big your files are. After that, you need to arrange your scenes on the timeline. Once you have that, you need to check your work. Make sure everything is flowing in the correct order. If you're happy with your timeline, now you need to add your text back into your scenes. Okay, this is going to make your story complete. Do a check so that everything is flowing properly. Once that is done, you can either stop here or you can add your voiceover. I'm using ReVoicer for this, but you can also use tools like 11 Labs or record your own voiceover. Whichever app you choose to record your voiceover, make sure you do it scene by scene and not in bulk. This will later help you in the editing stage. Now you'll notice that there is a watermark at the bottom right hand corner and it's really glaring and we don't want this. There are two ways to remove this in Canva. The first way is to crop every single scene. You can double click on your scene and expand and adjust the scene such that the watermark is covered. But you need to do this for every single scene and it takes way too long if you have a really big project. The second way is much easier and it is much faster. That is to create an overlay. Just add a rectangle, position it over the watermark and turn it into a part of your design. You can even add your title here or a small character thumbnail and then stretch this across your timeline and it applies to every single scene. This is much faster and much cleaner. You can even add transitions to this if you want. Once you have done it, make sure you check your video once to see if everything is in place. We have done all the editing and now let's take a look at the final cut of the video.
Mila woke up slowly. She rubbed her sleepy eyes and stretched. Warm sunlight filled her room. It's such a bright, sunny day, she smiled. Suddenly, Mila sat up. I know, she said with a big smile. Today is the perfect day to fly my kite. Mila paused for a moment. It rained yesterday, she thought. Maybe it could rain again today. She looked out the window again. But the sun is shining, she said hopefully. Mila grabbed her beautiful red kite. She put on her yellow raincoat, just in case. Then she stepped outside, excited for the day. It was very sunny when she reached the field, and it was windy. Mila was happy. It was a perfect day to fly her kite indeed. But then the wind began to blow, faster and faster. Oh, she gasped. Before she knew it, dark clouds gathered, and suddenly, it started to pour. Mila was drenched in the rain as she ran back home. She was very sad. Later, Mila looked out the window again. The rain had stopped. Soft sunlight filled the sky. Mila's eyes lit up. I have an idea! Mila ran outside again. Splash! Splash! She jumped through puddles, laughing. This time, she didn't stop. The sky was clear. The wind was just right. Mila's red kite soared high in the sky. She smiled bigger than ever. She had a great time. Back at home, Mila sat by the window. She held a warm cup in her hands. She looked outside and smiled. Today didn't go as planned, but it turned out just right.
I know my editing is a bit choppy at some of the places, but the main aim is to show you what is possible. To learn how to create consistent characters, please watch this video next. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.